cool people, but his mom knows. His mom, because they treat me like family, because you grow up with people.
Yeah.
So his mom's always fucking. She treats me like her own son, which is cool. So I go to Kula.
Jessica.
All right, this is Gym Crashers Live. My name is Dondo. I've got my man Miguel sitting across from me.
Yeah, what's
And
up?
our special guest, Shawn Lerma from Our Life CBD. And your nonprofit is
Operation Compassionate Care.
Operation Compassionate Care here in Huntington Beach, California.
Yes, sir.
Right on. That's where we grew up.
Yep.
Shawn was a neighbor of mine, but now running things over there and rolls with the Checkmate guys. What is it?
Checkmate Magna Almeida, right here locally also.
Right on. I love to hear that. I love to hear that people I grew up with are rolling and getting the feel for the mats.
I love it. Got to get not only myself, my kids are involved. It's a family thing, man.
That's cool.
It's beautiful.
That's really cool.
Nice, for sure.
Yeah, my son was a high school wrestler and tries to give it to me every second possible. He's 25 now, so he may shoot on me in the kitchen, but I can stuff him and choke him before he can get a hold of me, which is a good thing, because he's 6'2" and crazy.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah,
my
things
son's
break.
He's about 6 foot, 190 pounds.
Yeah, so you know how it
He's
is.
definitely a force to be reckoned with, but Daddy's still got him.
I like it. I was on the short end of the gene pool, but I pull it off. It happens. But yeah, Gym Crashers Live. Check us out every Wednesday at 8. Like us, subscribe to us, share that link. We'll be talking about CBD and what Shawn has to offer. A little bit about Checkmate and what he does over there for those guys. Sounds like he's very busy. Any current stuff going on? I know there was a big knockout when we saw Cormier take out Stipe Miocic this last week. I think it was about a week ago. You didn't watch
about a
that?
week.
We were together.
Yeah,
what do you mean you didn't watch it?
yeah.
We're at
No,
S&P.
I never said I didn't watch
Shout
it.
out to S&P in Santa Fe Springs because they fed me for about 7 hours. Anytime you take me to a buffet, I'm eating for the entire time the buffet is open. And they got fights on, and they got drinks, and they got cute waitrnesses, so I was not leaving without
Cool
something
spot.
in this hand and something in this hand.
That's right.
You know how it goes.
Exactly. Something like this in that hand.
And then, too, we had a little bit of that earlier in the studio. It's a funky studio going around here. I think my friend Shawn here got an eye full of it, but
Yes, I did.
we'll let that go for another day. But that fight, tell me what you remember.
Just that knockout, dude.
Just that knockout?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Second round, something like that. Right?
First round, was it not? Oh, no, they did go
No, it
two.
was
They did
second
go
round,
two.
I
They
think.
did go
Yeah.
two. Did you expect that?
I didn't expect it the way it happened, man. I mean, but he slept him really nice.
Yeah. I think he came up, right?
Yeah.
Uppercut.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's always dirty. Well, Stipe's got that reach. He's a bigger guy, bone structure-wise.
Yeah.
He's just a bigger guy all around. But, Cormier's got that girth, never to be underestimated. I like that. That's a fighter girth, man. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And he can move. You don't expect a guy with his size to be able to move and be that smooth.
Especially at heavyweight. When you
Right?
saw him, he looked like he was a little overweight, and he came out moving really nice.
I
He was
actually
big
thought
for
he
himself.
looked a little bit out
Chunky.
of shape than from his
Previous
previous heavyweight fights.
fight.
Yeah. Because a lot of his heavyweight fight, his earlier heavyweight fights, he comes
You can
in.
see the cut.
Yeah.
But you know
But
what
this-
I saw a bunch of stuff on that, and he was saying that he was sleeping at all his sparring partners while he was sparring. So the weight was that weight behind him obviously was doing something
for sure. Yeah.
What's crazy is Javier Mendez looked lighter than he's ever looked.
That's right. Yeah.
I saw him walk out. My twin brother.
I was gonna say,
Looking
that was
kinda
I
good.
talked on TV
I'm
there,
loving
dude.
it. I gotta get up there and visit it, AKA. But yeah, I didn't expect it. Two wrestlers. I know they both have a wrestling pedigree, so that cancels out. But being able to close the distance and then trade blows, and he got in there with that uppercut, puts him out unexpectedly. Second round. I love to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
Cool fight.
carrying two belts, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at two weight classes. So people are throwing around the GOAT thing, greatest of all time. I don't know. It didn't really occur to me until people brought it up. He hadn't really made that impact, although exciting to watch. If he has a fight and he's a headliner, I do check it out.
Yeah.
But, man, I just didn't put it together like greatest of all time. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to say. There's a lot of great fighters, but the thing that's crazy is just that quote. And then I saw a meme the other day, and it was a picture of him, about the weight he is.
Yeah.
So doesn't look like that he holds the belts in two different weight classes.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know, when people see all the guys,
You don't expect a fighter not to be cut up, right?
Exactly. And obviously he's doing it. So
Well, yeah, he's writing the book for the big
sure.
boys.
yes, sir.
You know.
Yep. And I mean, he's I think he's knocked out Roy Nelson. Or
Yeah.
did he
Yeah,
knock
Big
him out?
Country.
Did he,
Yeah, I believe he did.
yeah.
I think he knocked out Big
You know,
Country.
so
That's the only way to put him out.
yeah.
You're not gonna out jiu-jitsu Roy Nelson.
Well, I mean, he might. I mean, he did out wrestle him. So
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. What
Yeah.
else was on there? Remember anything? What's the recall? What's the recall on the fights? Not that we do the rundown on the fights, but we got to stay current. This past weekend, I know that Kat Zingano took it.
Oh, that was
That I actually
Right?
missed. That I missed.
That was a war.
Yeah.
So you got two girls going at it. Kat's coming back off a loss. She had a terrible thing to talk about, but some kind of brain damage from taking shots to the head.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's something that CBD may help with. You know.
Very, very much so. That's one of the reasons why we started the CBD was for the nonprofit organization. We have a nonprofit organization called Operation Compassionate Care.
Okay.
You guys can find it online, hashtag or at No2PTSD, the NO, the number 2 PTSD. What we did there is we kind of did a lot. We were helping vets give them alternative methods to prescription medication. One of them being jiu-jitsu. So we have a couple guys that our gym is sponsored, that Magno's sponsor. We're looking to grow that program also. It's really cool because it can benefit a lot of veterans. If we look at just in Huntington Beach, Westminster area within a 5-mile radius,
Yeah.
there's a lot of gyms. If each one of those gyms could help out 1 or 2 veterans, how many people can we help out and potentially, reduce the suicide rate or, save a few lives.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. All that inflammation and everything leads to different things. You
Well,
know.
not only what's cool about it is we do different things at the nonprofit. So like we said, we teach them about jiu-jitsu. So we have guys in jiu-jitsu that are rolling that have never rolled before, that aren't doing CBD. They're just rolling, and
Yeah.
that's helping them with their jiu-jitsu.
That alone, yeah.
Yeah, that alone, because it helps them out with their social anxiety, allows them to actually come in and get that brotherhood again.
Yeah.
And then you're constantly going at it. You really don't have a choice but to push through.
For sure.
And then we're also offering free yoga classes at Kaya Yoga Studio the first Sunday of every month for veterans and first responders. Also,
Where's that at?
nonprofit. That's on Bolsa and Edwards, right behind the subway.
Westminster.
It's
It's Huntington Beach.
Oh, Huntington Beach, okay,
I think that's still Huntington Beach.
It's actually Huntington
Okay.
Beach.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so we're doing that, and then how we got into the CBD was we were teaching vets the medicinal benefits of medicinal cannabis, and then we ran into a lot of issues with that because we're very limited who can help with that.
Sure.
So when we got into the CBD and saw that the CBD worked, we realized that we can ship that stuff nationwide.
Okay.
So how we actually first got into it is we had a company donate some CBD to us from to the nonprofit, gave it out to a bunch of vets. They loved it, and then they gave me a wholesale pricing. So I got some of their stuff, used it, gave it to some of the guys at the gym, and people liked it. So
Sure.
I really got into it and actually created our own formula. So the other thing that's really important about our CBD line is that most of the CBD out there is kind of crap. And the reason I say that, there's about 10, 15 companies out there that are big
Sure.
private labelers.
They're monopolizing.
But the thing that sucks about it is you're not getting the true medicinal benefit. I'm going to tell you why. So what they've done is they've taken like a Bengay. Everybody knows Bengay works. Bengay's been been popular forever. So if you just put Bengay on yourself, it'll help. But what they're doing is they're putting like a Bengay and then throwing like 100 or 200 milligrams in a 2-ounce jar of CBD. If you take your finger on there and put some CBD on you, how much CBD are you getting if there's only 200 milligrams in that whole
It's good to
whole
know.
thing?
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we put in a 2-ounce jar, we put 1,500 milligrams of CBD. Because what we want to do is we want to be able to get you the icy hot feeling
Sure.
to get you the pain
The
going
pain,
away.
yeah, okay.
But we want to address the problem. The problem is the inflammation.
Yeah.
So when we smash it, when we throw 1,500 milligrams at it, it actually helps and it'll reduce the inflammation and actually solve the problem at the root of the problem.
Okay.
So
Yeah, inflammation leads to so many other ailments, and it can actually, turn into something other than what you're inflicted with at any given time. So CBD's ability to combat that and to bring down that inflammation is so helpful, and not only to get back to training, but to lead a normal life.
Well, and the alternative, what's the alternative? Like if you don't have CBD, what are you doing? You're taking some kind of opiate or something for pain,
Yeah.
or some kind of
You get addicted to those things.
Yeah, some
and-
type of anti-inflammatory.
I did it myself for quite some time, and not addicted, but every 4 hours on something,
Yeah.
And maybe I was fortunate. I didn't go to the doctor, so I was popping whatever I got a hold of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From Vicodin to Percocet to, Valium, and you name it, all the way through. Just to get over a neck injury. and then took it easy. And then I slowly got better and still not better. So this is something I was looking into. So when I discovered that you were actually, someone who knows a little bit more about this, it may bring me to full recovery because he gives me hell every day.
Well, it's important, and not only help me. I mean, one of the things that's cool is it helped my grandma. My grandma, my grandma.
Yeah,
Grandma
Vi, yeah.
My grandma's 85 years old, rheumatoid arthritis, and she loved to knit and crochet for
Yeah.
blankets for all the kids and all the grandkids.
Okay.
The last 4 years, she hasn't been able to do that because her rheumatoid
What a
arthritis
bummer.
is so bad. So, and my grandma's not really for cannabis at all. So when we gave her some of the ointment, initially it was like she was a little apprehensive.
Sure.
Finally, she tried it. 3 weeks later, man, she's crocheting a blanket for the neighbor.
Wow.
And then my mom.
That's quick.
Yeah,
Quick
it
acting,
doesn't-
right?
it doesn't
Totally
take
kicks
long.
in, yeah.
Well, the thing with, like I said, once again, when you're addressing the inflammation, you're throwing one of the best anti-inflammatories right at it with a high dose. You start seeing some results.
Okay.
So
Good.
that's what we've seen. My mom was she was taking like half a Xanax twice a week.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. She at her work she'd get frustrated, have a bad call come in.
Glass of wine, a Xanax,
So and now the great thing, she's using the tincture.
Yeah.
And she's taking 0.5 0.5 mLs of the tincture every single day before she goes to work. Not only does she not need to use the
Xanax or anything,
or
yeah.
anything else, but she doesn't even feel the need to actually
That's
want
great.
to do it.
Wow.
Well, that's a
what's
life
important.
extender, man, because you keep that other stuff up, and you're cutting years off. You know what I mean? You're poisoning yourself.
I'm gonna give you an example. I told you I just came back from Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
We came back from a family reunion. One of my uncles over there, he's actually a veteran too. He has psoriatic arthritis. One of his fingers, his middle finger, is like probably 2 inches in diameter. It's huge.
Wow.
So aside from
Like that?
a little bit bigger, about the length
That's a little
of your.
little
Jesus,
baby
it's all messed up.
He just has a little mini Snickers.
Yeah, I still need some CBD on that mini Snickers. My hands are all messed up.
So his problem is with the psoriatic arthritis. He was taking a leave, right? A leave
Yeah,
is something
it'll
that-
tear your
Okay,
liver
yeah,
up, bro.
yeah.
Exactly. And so what the doctor told him at this point, you've been taking this for 2 years. Every single leave you take is taking days off your life.
That's right.
And so literally, he's at the
wow.
point of the ointment was helping him topically for the pain on his fingers.
Sure.
But then he needs something to actually to help his whole body. So what we're doing is I send him some tincture. We're gonna try to get him off that Aleve because once again, if he could take something natural, MC2O, which is
Sure.
monochain triglyceride, which is
I drink it in my coffee every day.
it's very good.
That's
for you
my
anyways.
creamer.
Yeah, it's good for you anyways. And
Yeah.
all we do is infuse it with CBD. And it's the CBD isolate. It's very important where we get our CBD from. We get our CBD from Colorado.
Yeah.
When we get it, we bring it in.
They're a step ahead of the game in the country. So when you talk about Colorado, I know exactly what you mean.
Well,
Things
yeah.
opened up there before anywhere else. They pushed it a little further.
Yep, and what's so important for us is they actually track everything seed to sale. So you know whether there's pesticides going in, there's testing
Sure.
done the whole time. So I feel a little more comfortable. The second thing is once we get we get the CBD isolate made from hemp.
Okay.
So there's less than 0.03% THC, which is the difference between cannabis and hemp. If you guys don't know that,
No, it's good for people to know that. So
Yeah.
CBD itself doesn't contain the psychoactive ingredient, which is THC.
THC, yeah.
So they're actually cannabinoids, cannabinoids that are both found in the cannabis plant.
Yeah.
Hemp is anything that's with less than 0.03 or less than 1/3 of 1% of THC is considered hemp. It's governed by the Farm Bill Act,
Sure.
and not by the Bureau of Cannabis like here in California. So like it's not a controlled substance at all. It doesn't.
It should never have been,
should
but
never
No,
have been.
I agree, yeah.
You know, there are a lot of medicinal properties which we're finding out now, and that's the beauty. You know, for us, why I'm so excited because I'm able to help my own family, help my friends, help all the people I roll with.
Help a brother.
Help a brother. Have a better life, man.
Yeah.
hell yeah, in need.
So something like this,
Yes.
how would you, for example, somebody who's new to this, and be like, how do I take this?
So the tinctures, how you take those subdermally. So if you open it up, there's a little dropper inside. The dropper has graduations on it. On the bottle, we say, and we have two different strengths of our tinctures, a regular and an XL.
Okay.
The regular is about 12.5 milligrams of CBD per 0.5 milligrams, and or 0.5 milliliters, I'm sorry, and the XL is literally double of that.
Okay.
So what I would normally start out with the normal tincture, which is our standard, and I would start out with 0.5. Now it affects everybody differently. You also have to take into consideration your weight. So
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
somebody's a little bit bigger, they probably could take a little bit bigger dose.
Yeah.
I'll take a double.
We'll
Okay,
get
triple.
We'll get you the XL and we'll double you up.
Twist my arm. I'll just drink it.
Yeah. So the cool thing about it too is you don't have any. There's no psychoactive feelings. So a lot of guys tell me, they're like, well, Shawn, how do you know it's working? it's so subtle to whereas like on a normal day,
Yeah.
your shoulders are kind of up because you're tense.
Yeah.
You'll see that your shoulders just drop.
Okay.
That is a subtlety of it. It isn't like you feel anything, but it's you just feel more relaxed and
I
more
got
chill.
you. Okay.
I actually before my first tournament, I actually did a bunch of the tincture in the morning because I was fighting I was supposed to fight between 12:30 and 3. I ended up not fighting until 4:30. So
That's how tournaments go.
Well, I know that, but the thing was,
It's an all-day affair.
It was my first one,
Yeah.
so obviously I was constantly thinking.
Sure.
But the cool thing with having the tincture, I was just chill,
Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah.
My headphones on.
In the zone.
Yeah.
And I literally was just playing the fight out, and how I wanted it to go. And the crazy thing, it actually turned out exactly how I wanted it to go.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. That's
Now,
right.
would you take this with food or just?
No, you don't need to take it with food. My
Okay.
suggestion is this: is in the morning you wake up, take point. Like, say for instance, if you were to come to me and say, "Hey, Shawn, what should I do? I want to take this." It all depends on what your ailments are, right?
Okay.
But bottom line is, I'd start off with 0.5 in the morning and then 0.5 before you go to bed. Now you can increase the 0.5 before you go to bed to maybe 0.75 or 1.0 if you don't feel it. If you don't feel much, the key is to give you a full night's sleep. To just
Gotcha.
to
Okay.
calm you down so you can get a full good night's sleep and get rest. Obviously, us rolling or anybody who does any kind of sports,
Sure.
your body needs to recover.
Yeah, yeah,
And we need that
definitely.
rest to recover.
So Miguel goes into fight camp for 6 weeks. He doesn't want anything in his system. Obviously, they're going to blood test him. Does he stand any trouble taking CBD? What is the USADA standard right now?
So at this point, there is no issue with CBD. What's important though is where is a CBD derived from?
Okay.
Because there is cannabis-based CBD. So that if there's THC in it, now it's cannabis. So now it's cannabis with CBD. Now that's illegal. You
Yeah,
can't
you're
have
done.
it.
That's
And
performance
so-
enhancing.
Exactly. So what we need the hemp base, which has no THC, and that's what this is.
Okay.
Originally, the plant itself has less than 1/3 of 1%, and they isolate just the CBD molecule.
Okay.
And then, so when we get it, we test it. It's 99.7% just CBD isolate. Then we test it. We test all our stuff for potency also. One of the things we test for is to ensure there's no THC, but also when we're telling you there's 1,500 milligrams of CBD in there, I have
There's
a test to
1,500,
prove
yeah.
that there's 1,500 milligrams.
That's good.
Because that's like the goal.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The other ingredients, the organic butters and things like that, and oils are expensive. But the gold is actually the CBD isolate. So
Without that, you got nothing. Yeah.
and so if I'm claiming
Without that, you got Ben Gay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You got
Tiger Balm.
you got icy hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even bed gay, yeah.
That's great that you've done the homework and you bring a product that can actually help people, and in the nonprofit too. So this is huge, and I love that you're involved with that. And then we're here at Next Level, so I know that we can get you in touch with some different athletes and the coaches, and then the actual complex themselves, because you can reach a lot more people that way,
sure.
not just jiu-jitsu or MMA based.
No, and that's why I brought up my grandma and my mom, because my main focus is jiu-jitsu and MMA based, just because I'm in the damn gym every day.
Yeah.
So those are the people I interact with constantly, and it's helped them.
Yeah,
But-
that's our world.
But once again, with seeing just normal people and a lot of the parents in the gym.
Yeah.
One of the guys at the gym just last week, he took some and he was a little apprehensive. to
I'm
use
sure
it.
of it.
And so he used it on the bottom of his foot. He said, "Man, he has gout." So he started using it on the bottom of his foot. He said, "I only used a little bit." And I just gave him a sample, and he said he came back and told me this week, "Hey, I feel 10 times better."
Right on.
So
Went and had a pastrami sandwich and never had gout again.
Chicken liver.
If you're chilling with pastrami, you'll reduce your chances for gout.
That's right. Stay off the pastrami.
Lay off the chicken liver, Robert.
That's right. That's right. No more spam, Robert. We know someone with gout here. Yeah, he's got volcano toes.
So we can help him out, man.
Yeah. Oh, he'd need a lot of it.
The thing that's kind of cool is we've seen psoriasis.
Yeah.
Psoriasis.
He's got that actually. Yeah.
wow.
With
Not to
psoriasis-
promote everything he's got, but
Yeah.
with psoriasis.
Let's
and
bring him
also
up here.
eczema,
Yeah, he'll be our guinea pig.
We've actually a couple of the kids the parents of the gym use it on their children for eczema. When I was in Hawaii just recently, my kids they did when we were up in Maui. They did a zip line.
Yeah.
And the zip line, when they put the vest of the zip line, the next day my kids had a big rash from it because that thing's up in the moisture all day.
Yeah. And people sweat and people's.
Sweat, it's dirty.
It's like rolling on dirty mats, except you strap it on yourself and it's on there tight, and then you're breathing it in.
Like having to borrow a shirt from Robert.
That's right. or his chanclas. Those Nike chanclas, you put those on, walk around for an hour, tell me what grows on you.
Yep.
Right?
So the next day, they all came up. All of them had, all
Sure.
around their chest. So it was great because my wife used the AB Gold Balm on
Yeah.
one of my children and one of my boys, and the other one I used the ointment. In the morning, the one who I used the ointment on, it was gone.
I love it.
And then the following day, both of them got charred outside because obviously we're outside at the
Yeah, the sun's different, man.
The sun is different over there, so they all got burnt. Used it on the sunburn once again, helped them out. You can use it on burns, use it on all kinds of different things. It's amazing, man.
That's
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had that many uses.
Yeah.
I know
I was like, you could cook
internally
with it
that.
too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's MCT.
So another thing, I didn't bring the coconut oil, but we actually infused coconut oil.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we did that, because a lot of people these days, what they're saying is, we cook with coconut oil, we use it on our hair, we use it for everything.
Me too.
So we thought about it. We're like, why don't we just infuse coconut oil, let people use the coconut oil however they normally use it, and then they can integrate CBD into their regimen. We also created some massage oils that are pretty cool.
I love it.
With the massage oils, what we did is
That was the show before this. I'm kidding.
I forgot to bring the warming seat.
Next time we bring the coconut oil, we're gonna have a 2-hour show. We're gonna start on that one.
So with that, what we did is, once again, all organic materials, and what we did is, if you take out the CBD, we have a detox, a dream, and a pain relief, and a natural. So the natural has nothing in it except CBD and the natural, a few different natural oils.
It's cool.
And the other ones all have essential oils that will create those effects: the detox, the dream, and the pain relief. And then we threw CBD in there also.
Okay.
So we wanted, because a lot of people use essential oils, which they are beneficial.
Yeah, it's out there.
But when you take the essential oils and you throw CBD in there, now you're actually on a massage. We don't want to we didn't throw too much CBD in there because we don't want the masseuse, slowing down on you.
That's right.
But the bottom line, it works out really well. It's really nice at the end of the day, man. After you've rolled and get a nice
We all need that. Not everybody gets it, but we all need it. Now, with the dream, does that help me sleep any better?
It will help you sleep a little bit better.
Yeah, takes the edge off.
Takes the edge off, help you sleep a little bit better. I mean, if you're really looking to sleep a little bit better, I wouldn't lead you in the direction of the massage oil. The massage oils, if you're already going to get a massage, why not get a massage with some essential oils and then also a little bit of CBD. But if you're really looking to sleep, I would take in the direction of the tincture.
So rather than melatonin, let's look at CBD as an option for
sure,
crashing out earlier.
Yep.
I can fall asleep sitting right here, but that's just my own magic. But for people that can't do that, because I'm a narcoleptic, as Miguel knows,
I see the bloody time.
broad daylight, pass out standing up.
Standing up.
That's right.
Nice.
But it's almost like it's that time right now. Marijuana's been obviously legalized in California, not federally, not outside of the state very much, as other states that do have it. But the benefit of CBD is far reaching beyond even the medical marijuana, which I know has other positive impacts on people's lives right now.
Yeah.
Autistic people, seizures, things of that nature.
Cancer.
One of our partners in Our Life CBD is actually has epilepsy. And so he actually uses it for his epilepsy. One of the nonprofit opened my eyes to a lot of things, man. One of the other kids we helped out a little boy with Angelman syndrome. His name is Josh. I met him at a radio show, and his mom was talking about he's one of the first kids. He was a year and a half and got a recommendation for cannabis. He was having grand mal seizures, like 100.
Those are heavy, dude.
Oh, wow.
You don't ever want to see that, but it happens.
What was crazy is the doctors gave him two options. Two options were, one option was let your son go.
Sure.
The other option is give him a medication or make him blind within a couple of years. And she said no to both of them.
Might make him blind, but it will.
Yeah, obviously.
Oily stool, blind, your leg's going to fall off. But, try it.
So what they did is they got in contact, got the recommendation for the cannabis, started using cannabis. He goes now like 130 days without seizures.
That's huge.
And mind you, when he was at 130 a day, he walked. He wasn't able to walk. They said they gave him a walker, a wheelchair, said he would never walk.
Sure.
He walked. What was awesome, a couple months back, they had an Angelman syndrome walk. I took my kids down there. It was important for me to take my kids to meet him because it's one of the things that's important. When you see as a father, when you see a kid like that,
I know it, man.
And you
breaks your heart.
My kids bitch and moan about doing the dishes or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to give my kids perspective of look at how good you have it. Every day we're blessed, and that's
right.
That's
10 toes,
10 toes,
10 fingers, 2 arms, 2
When
legs.
we can walk around,
do whichever you need to do, right?
So I think that's important to really put things in perspective.
Sure.
We all bitch and whine about stupid little things all the time, but when you see things like that, that little boy gives me inspiration.
You're grateful, right?
Yeah.
I took my kids to Mexico for that reason.
That's
Let
a
'em-
smart thing to do.
Let them take
No,
care of the
really.
goats out there on the street with those kids that are begging for money, right? They
Yeah.
knew.
You know.
Yeah. But that's smart. You give
Yeah.
kids perspective. I like that,
No,
you
it's
know.
important, man.
But what you said about seeing that firsthand and knowing what you can do to help people, it's huge.
Oh, and we're seeing people. We got guys on prescription medication. And I sent you the video of
Yeah.
a Vietnam vet on
Yeah.
prescription medication. He was on one of the medications he was on was morphine.
Yeah.
I mean, what is your quality of life?
That's
when you're
heavy
on
duty,
morphine
man.
Every day.
Oh, my God.
I mean, when I had my knee surgery, I had a cadaver put in my knee about a year and a half ago, and they gave me OxyContin for.
So what happens to your knee? It falls apart. What do you got?
So check this out. It's kind of crazy.
MCL.
I had an ACL
Okay.
tear, and then
Okay.
I also had a meniscus
Okay.
trim. But how it happened, I messed it up a few years back in basketball, hyperextended my knee. But then what ended up happening was my first month rolling, Magno got me in half guard. My professor got me in half guard. I know nothing about jiu-jitsu.
So you pulled your leg.
So I literally think, my leg's strong. I could pull it out.
Yeah.
I pulled my leg out, but my leg stayed. My
Yeah,
knee
yeah.
came up, but my ankle.
You
stayed
pulled
in.
half of it out.
I pulled half of the half guard
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
so it's kind of ironic. After all that stuff, I go through, have surgery, come back, and now my game is half guard.
Nice.
Sure.
Nice. Yeah. Hey.
So
Sometimes your
I know it
weakness has
works.
become your game.
Yeah.
Is
For
what
sure.
happens because where you're weakest, you must use technique. You cannot use muscle. So in doing so, you replace that with thought process, strategy, technique, and that becomes your game.
Yep.
It'll change. Your game will evolve and change over time, but that will be one aspect of your game, and you gotta love that.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I love about it. It's kind of like chess. We're always improving.
And you can never. What's cool is this: you're always learning. I mean, we were doing single legs the other day, and I did a little variation of it, and all the guys were like, "Oh, this is cool." So you never know. You can always. There's always
Tweak
little
something.
tweaks
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
do,
exactly. Yep.
Let me tell you, Miguel takes a class or actually runs a class on Sunday, and we're working on double, singles, and just setups. And in doing so, he gives us 5-minute rounds. And there's no size or anything. You go up against your opponent, whoever it may be, and take the guy down. Once you take the guy down, then we start all over. I don't know what happened, but I can tell you I have a few vertebrae out of place just from that day, and I started with 3 out of place. I think I'm up to 6 now,
Well, not only
and
that,
I
when
can
you're just-
feel it.
Hey, when you're just doing takedowns, man, that's the most grueling as far
It's
as
the most
cardio.
impact to the body
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
As far as
exactly.
cardio,
Yep,
'cause it's-
I agree.
I mean, you could slap hands and roll all day long, but when you're doing takedowns, man,
Yeah, it's active.
a
Juiced
whole nother-
after like a
you're
minute.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what we've been doing too is Magno's been doing with us a lot lately is right before we spar, he'll make us do 10 and 10 each side, each
Yeah.
person of takedowns of
Yeah.
their choice.
Yeah.
So that's right before you spar, so you're dead after that.
Sure.
You get a drink of water and then you come back and spar.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah. It's heavy duty.
Yeah, no, you guys were pushing for a good solid hour, so
So
it is needed,
Right,
and
yeah.
then it put in judo throws and put in double legs and single legs and all that together, and then go to the ground. Jesus, you got nothing left, and that's when you actually use technique.
You don't have
So
a choice.
right,
pretty much.
so
yeah.
so if your warm ups and your drills are that heavy, then the class is that much more meaningful, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
It takes the meatheads out of the equation because you can't be a meathead after you're drained.
And well, most of the meatheads are not most of them, but some of the meatheads are the bigger guys, and those guys are even more drained than anybody else.
Well, yeah, and they get there quicker.
Yeah.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
But it's safer for there's no spasms, so everybody's
No.
safe after that.
For sure, for
Less
sure.
likely to get injured.
Well, yeah. The last thing you want is some busted ACLs. You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
man.
had that. I don't want to go back.
Yeah, that's smart. No, and it sounds like you did the right thing for recovery, which is surgery is my last option, but those are things that are replaceable and they've mastered. And
Yeah.
the modern techniques are amazing at what they can do to replace parts now.
What's kind of crazy is when I did my first tournament, man, I felt really bad. The first guy I fought, I took his knee out, bro, and I did not do it on purpose.
It does happen.
I was half guard sweeping him, and he straightened his leg.
Yeah.
And you don't straighten your leg when somebody's got you in half guard, or else.
Especially if you lock your feet around his ankle and pull.
I mean, it was not good. Because I felt really. But what was crazy is that right when it happened, right when I swept him, I felt the knee go, and like I felt my whole body. I felt it.
Sure.
And I told him, I'm like, "Hey, bro, you good?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Because
done.
you don't know.
Yeah, 'cause
Sometimes
I
you don't
didn't-
know. Yeah.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
people,
that
some
sucks.
people could go,
Yeah.
keep on going,
And they will. Yeah.
What was crazy is this: that guy has some heart because. So that was the first fight. He fought for second place and won. He ended up getting second place after I took his knee out.
Probably couldn't walk for the next month.
When he was standing, he for sure he couldn't walk.
Just hopping.
But he definitely had some. He had a lot of mental strength.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
push through, man,
Sure.
because that's,
For sure.
Most people would have just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most do.
Most do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. For real. That's good, man. Where was that tournament at? Where'd you?
That was a Copa Pacifica tournament.
Oh, here, across the street.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I love it, man.
In Garden Grove. That was my first one.
That's
It
cool.
was kind of cool because the first tournament my kids did was a Copa, so it was kind of,
Are you guys entwined with Kleber? Is that what that is?
No,
Because
no.
Kleber runs that.
Yeah, Kleber runs that. I'm not entwined with Kleber. I do know a couple guys.
That roll over there?
That roll over there. One of the guys is actually he's a vet. Came by our gym and rolled over with us. Really cool guy. He has a gym in North Carolina.
So how'd you start?
wow.
Give us your jiu-jitsu story.
Jiu-jitsu story.
You screwed yourself in basketball. You got a bad knee. You end up over there with Magno.
With Magno, yeah. Well, how I first started, it was a trip. I first started there. My kids were actually, funny story, coming full circle again. My kids were here at Next Level. I had two of my boys that were in the JW basketball program, and they were in. One of them was in just a regular program, and one was in travel ball. We did almost a year of travel ball, which is crazy, bro. Like that's a huge commitment.
Hell yeah.
So
Suck your life away.
So that's what happened. So we literally quit everything for 8 months.
Yep.
And then my wife on the way home, she was driving by the gym, and I've always loved MMA, and I've loved jiu-jitsu. Never
Sure.
at that time, I
If you
never-
spend time in Hawaii, you know what fighting's about.
Yeah, so I told my wife, hey, stop by there and see what it's about. We took the kids there. It was maybe 2 to 3 weeks before. There's an Argentinian guy, Juan, over there. I had just turned 40.
You got guys named Juan and from Argentina.
What's cool is-
messing with you.
only reason it's funny, man, because this guy, he had just turned 50, so he kept on telling me every day, and I brought the
I'm not 50 yet, thank you,
Yeah,
Miguel.
Almost. It's
It's knocking at my back door.
Say otherwise.
That's right. Those are coconut husks.
So he tells me, he's like, hey, Shawn, I know you just turned 40 or 41 or whatever, but I'm 40, but I'm 50, so and I
Yeah.
come 5 days a week.
Yeah,
so
hell yeah.
I come. So he kept on joking around me, and I'm a very competitive person, so it took me about a month before I got in the gym. And the first time I got in the gym, it opened my eyes. I was 250 pounds,
Sure.
out of shape.
Yeah.
Not
Not rolling shape, that's for sure.
rolling shape for sure. And then I got my ass handed to me and kicked by 140, 150 pound guys
Sure.
just all day long.
Yeah.
That's everybody's story, so it's
Yeah,
believable,
so
right?
What happened was at that point, I think that's the coming to Jesus moment, I guess you can say, in jiu-jitsu. For
Yeah,
me, it was.
yeah, the light bulb goes
When I
on.
left that day, there was two things that I think everybody leaves with. It's either I'm gonna find a good bullshit excuse of why I can't do this.
We hear those all the
Go back
time.
again, or I'm coming back every damn day because I don't want that little guy to kick my ass again.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
that's where I was.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's and then,
It takes heart,
Yeah.
you know?
So I mean, and just going back every day, and like now I'm after my surgery, it even is more important to me because not being able to walk, and seeing
When someone takes something from you that you've had,
Oh, man.
right?
It-
You don't want to lose that at 40,
No way.
right?
Well, because I was seeing all the other people
Yeah.
that had the same surgery. Because
Yeah.
I had my surgery done through Kaiser, and there was they have an ACL recovery program in Anaheim.
Okay.
You walk in there in the morning, and everybody who's there is in different stages of recovery from ACL. So I would see people that.
It's because they're selling them a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Arredondo, we're going to work on your neck. No, I'm out of here. I'm going to take CBD.
Yeah.
CBD on the neck before.
I'm going to
before-
smoke my way back to good health.
I was literally popping. My knee would pop out.
Yeah.
During
My neck pops out.
During practice, it would pop out. I learned how to pop it back in, and all the guys who were rolling me thought I was nuts. My knee, I'd be like, ah! They're like, oh, you're all right, you're all right.
A little closer to the mic.
Yeah, they say you're all right.
Don't lose
And then
contact.
I literally have to, straighten my knee back out. I
pop it back in?
Pop it back in.
Yeah, yeah.
If I popped it back in, I didn't have any pain. If I didn't pop it back in, it would take 3 days for me to recover.
Fuck.
So it was, and that was it.
That's rough.
It was
Yeah.
like clockwork. That was exactly.
Our
how it
instructor's hip would pop out on a daily basis.
He would feel it, and he would say, "Grab the end of my ankle, and then just pop it." You could feel it. Just pop, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
It's not a good.
He's got
feeling.
both hips replaced. Not one, right? It's both, right?
No, just one.
Oh, he's a single-sided one?
Yeah,
I thought he got double.
No, just one.
So, yeah, he's
He's already trying to fuck.
a war veteran. He can't get through the airport without letting the alarms off, okay?
Yeah.
You know?
But wow. So how long was the recovery?
The recovery from that was 5 months. The doctor did not want me to go back for 6 months, but I went back a month early.
Yeah.
It's hard, man, because
It's pain, too. You haven't even talked about the level of pain. So I know from my
I wasn't
neck,
even
it's
tripping
nerve
on-
pain.
Yeah, the pain was crazy. That was all during the physical therapy, but like where I was like really inspired was my kids were still rolling every day, so I still was at the gym in my crutches.
Yep.
And all my boys would be there every day. Hey, when you coming back? Even though I'm in my crutches,
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
you coming back? So, dude, in my mind, the inspiration there was just like I gotta come back and.
pissed off.
Very pissed off and-
Miguel had an ankle injury, man. He was pissed off. Wanted to kick me with that ankle.
If you had an ankle injury and you stopped rolling for a while. I stopped rolling for 5 months, so all the guys that I was doing really good against were kicking my ass when I came back.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen to him.
No, it did.
Yeah,
Maybe for a minute.
Yeah, dude, it was tough, man. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
when it's
yeah.
all said and done, those are to me, it's adversity, and that's what's the beautiful thing about jiu-jitsu. And even half guard. Think about half guard. You're getting smashed all the time.
Yeah.
To actually be good at half guard, you have to.
I'm pretty comfortable because you go deep, right, and you're comfortable, and they can't get you because you're deep half guard. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, but to get deep, you have
Yeah.
to get through that. So you,
I get you,
depending on
I
your
get you.
Shield, but sometimes depending on the guys, they're always trying to smash you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, I enjoy that. Smash me for a little while,
Yeah.
burn yourself out, and then I'll just get.
It brings me to an interesting thing that I remember my cousin Salvador tells me that Shawn Lerma's been fighting a lot at school, and I'm like, oh, I'm a lot older than these guys.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, what is he doing? He's like, he doesn't know how to fight, but he fights a lot because he thinks he's going to learn. That's what he tells me. I don't know how true this is, you know.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, man.
Sal's a knucklehead, so
It's-
I don't
it's
know.
Very true, man. And what's funny is this: I started doing a little bit of stand-up here at the gym.
Well, I'm
right?
talking 30 years
Oh,
ago.
30 years ago,
Marina
no.
High School, and you're fighting with your head, not with your hands. You know what I mean?
get- No, but this is my point. Why it's so funny because. Thinking you know how to fight in
Yeah.
the street. Or
Yeah, yeah.
you're a
Oh, is that what
badass
brings you
or
to
whatever.
jiu-jitsu? Because that's what brought me in. I thought I was
Not
tough.
really that. It wasn't really. What's up, Sal?
As
Oh, that one.
Uncle Vince, Uncle Dan in the house. Good to see you guys. Hang on.
Nice. What's up?
Hey.
Good?
But
Forever.
getting back to this, so my cousin Salvador tells me, yeah, Shawn Lerma's been fighting a lot. Because I don't know if Sal was in a gang or what was going on, but he would come home all bloodied up, and I said, oh, Sal, what are you doing? You know, and I'd take him to work with me because, they live with my grandparents, and that meant they could ditch and do whatever. We had our own rules. We had a whole set of rules. And I'm going back to high school, and, my brother-in-law, Jeff, and, those guys all grew up with you. So I know that you were fighting at a pretty young age. I don't know how well you were doing in the street.
I was doing okay, but I got beat up a few times. But I mean, hey, I thought I was a tough guy.
Yeah.
What I realize now.
I think we all go through that.
we went through
Otherwise,
that stage. What's cool
you know.
now is this. What martial arts taught me, man, is to be humble. Because
Yeah.
what I realized is this: when I went into that gym and got my ass kicked by 150 pounders at 250
Yeah.
pounds, looking at these guys, if I would have saw them on the street in my mind,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I will just mop you up.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't happen.
and
The
it
opposite
doesn't-
happens.
doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
you're gonna
And
get
then-
dropped.
And then the other thing, when I started learning a little bit of stand up, it opened my eyes even more because all I know how to throw was haymakers.
Yeah.
And then
And it was one haymaker.
Yeah, one-handed haymaker.
Yeah.
For me to learn how to
It's a very
actually block
limited way to do it.
And actually punch correctly. My professor wanted to beat me up just from being so stupid.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Miguel's
I
job.
One of the first day we did light sparring, and it was I think my second day of doing kickboxing, Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And we did 1 minute rounds, so we did 9 1-minute rounds. At the end of the 9 1-minute rounds, I could barely even lift my hand.
Sure.
Because obviously
If you're not accustomed to carrying a pound in each hand
Yeah,
and
yeah.
keeping them tucked in at your face,
Oh,
They go down automatically, yeah.
you're gonna be throwing from
Yeah.
your hips and getting nailed.
So what happened was it was funny. The last round I was with Magno, and so I go and I think I maybe tried to hit him like 4 or 5 times, man. And after that, literally my hands dropped. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I literally looked back. I'm like,
I want to make sure everybody gets that.
thank you. I dropped my hands and I looked back, and it was funny. As I turned back, I kind of turned to the side, and as I turned to the side, I looked back, and he's standing right there with a big smile. He's like, "Hey, where you going?"
Boom!
And just gave me a nice couple punches.
That's cool.
But it's good, man.
Yeah.
I think anytime you can overcome adversity and see adversity,
Sure.
and overcome that, especially what I think it's great for is children these days.
Yeah.
Because I think children these days, man, they're so pussified. Any little thing.
There's no better word for it than that. We
I
hear it all
agree,
the time.
yeah.
Any little thing in the world, oh my God, it's
Yeah.
the end of the world. And that's why I think it's so great. Jiu-jitsu, man, you're gonna get beat up. You're
Yeah.
gonna go through
You're gonna
fights.
lose.
You're gonna lose.
You have to learn how to lose.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make it through life, you better learn how to lose. That's why these guys are hanging themselves left and right. Right? You gotta lose.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
You
You gotta get used to deep water.
To me, what I think is so important is how you look at it. I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as an opportunity to learn.
Opportunity to get back up.
Yeah, because the reality is that if I was gonna quit, I would have lost. But I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
quitting. So
Or it's like, why even start? You know what I mean? Like,
You see it too in competitions as well as fights. How well someone walks away from something, or how quickly they get back to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because those are the two factors, right? It isn't the win or the lose. It's how quickly
It's how
you get
quickly,
back
yeah.
in the game, or how did you take that loss and learn from it, or not. You walk away and you quit, right?
Well, that's what you see
you
all
start
the-
playing volleyball at the beach and smoking weed.
Yeah.
You know, and you're right? You're wearing your tighty whities, and that's your new game, right? A little skid mark up the middle.
Don't be
Hey,
scared.
it is what it is. But you're telling me about your beginning, so we got that much. How did you end up with Magno, or is that the first place that you rolled?
That's the first place I rolled.
And that's here, Garden Grove Boulevard, near the rinks in Westminster.
Near the rinks in Westminster.
But I see a big Gracie G on that window.
There is a Gracie G on that window. So what happened? Magno, when he first he was a MMA fighter before in 2009, and then Honus Gracie, it was his gym. Honus actually, Magno took over the gym.
Okay.
And so. The bottom line is he switched over to Checkmat. The cool thing about Magno's not really about like, I know a lot of the guys, a lot of gyms are all about, you can only stick to our gym, and he doesn't even like. He's about
that is the way of things, but
he's about our family, and all of us are family. That's the way he looks at it.
Yeah.
And we're so that's what's cool. He's actually helped me out with getting into some of the other check mats, but to me, it's about really helping everybody out, man. And that's the cool thing. He's got friends and
you got a broader
for
spectrum of looking at things, and you're certainly trying to grow what you do.
It's not just a team. I want to help all people.
Yeah.
And aside from, like you said, aside from jiu-jitsu, I mean, it can be any kind of sport.
The applications are not limited.
Yeah, it's unlimited, actually.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Wow.
So.
I like that. So Magno's over here now, and he's under Checkmat. How are things going over there? How's the gym growing?
Gym's growing great, man. We actually have stripe promotion this weekend. I'm really stoked, man. I'm gonna get my blue belt, so that's great. I think we're promoting. I think Magno's promoting another black belt. We got a couple black belts that he's promoted in the U.S. So it's awesome.
When are you gonna get that blue belt? Next week?
No, Saturday.
This two days from now.
2 days from now.
Oh man, I got stuff I gotta go do. I want to come over and check that out. It happens, Maybe I'll send Miguel.
We're gonna videotape it.
Right on. Maybe we can show it up on the show. We'd love to show that.
Awesome.
Belt promotions are important.
That would be dope. Yeah.
It's a big day for you guys. I'm glad to hear that you're stepping up for that. Do you know in advance that you're getting it? Because we don't know. We kind of get tortured.
So yeah,
especially Miguel.
In a sense, so the way it works is this:
you got tortured. I always kind of went a year after this guy, and I look and I go, Jesus Christ! I literally have to get myself in the best shape I can possibly get, because I watched every single time. It was round after round after black belt after black belt, pounding after pounding, and he's still standing. I'm like, it takes a lot of fortitude, and not everybody did it the same way Miguel's done it.
No. Yeah,
whatever.
I
know it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is the fact, though.
Yeah, but like you said, it made me definitely much better person.
Yeah,
mentally
and that's what it all boils down to.
Yeah, for sure.
All said and done, I think the people, if you do jiu-jitsu or you do martial arts, man, and you're serious about it, you're dedicated to it, you probably are a better person now than you were before you started.
Yeah.
No, I agree. You're right.
You know what? I love that. I love that mentality, and I love the process, because it does happen, and it does bring out the best in you, or sometimes, man, it does weed out the weak and then the people that just can't hang, and the meatheads too. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And they go back to doing whatever it is that they were doing.
A lot of the meatheads, they can't handle not winning.
Oh, we witnessed it firsthand. We have seen it firsthand, and they don't even continue with it. People
they just stop.
And then they hit they hightail it out of there. They're not ready to do the long-term commitment and what it takes. To really stick it out and become that family that you become, from bleeding with people, from sweating with people, from getting through those things, because your life happens in the process of this journey that you're taking, and this carries you through. So all the hardships that I've had within that 10-year time period that I've been training, I still train through all those things, every fucking one of them. And there's not a lot of niceness that I can point to. You go through a divorce and you can go shoot someone, or you can walk away knowing that whatever happens, you can finish them, right? Because I'm a finisher. I'm going to finish it no matter what, and that carries you through.
No, you're right. Yeah.
So when we're talking about the process, and people are dealing with depression, and people are hanging themselves, people don't have that mental fortitude, and it does provide that, because in the back of your head what you can and what you will do and how you're going to finish.
Not only that, but that self-confidence. Like when you leave the gym, there's been many mornings when I had to call myself out, call the bitch out in myself, like, hey, dude, I'm trying to make excuses of, my elbow hurts or something hurts.
Well, yeah, like he mentioned, and there's there's even like those dudes like
a mile away
that you run into, and you could be like, yo man, roll with that guy, and they don't think twice. Okay, and
there's no question.
But where you get like, hey dude, jump in. Oh, well, I haven't taken fuck in there, dude. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like,
it wasn't a question.
Round out. Come on, get in. Shut up. It's like you have to
sack
can only
up.
carry somebody by the hand for so long.
And
you
they
know,
fall
and
out.
they fall out.
They
That's,
fall.
that's what's beautiful about this sport, man. Is there is no lying in it. You can't lie.
No, yeah, you can't
can
bullshit. Yeah.
for only so long. Because
Yeah, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get
found
caught,
out.
yeah.
So, you know, I just, you know, I'm about to get my blue belt, like, and I rolled last week at Checkmate Evolve, and I was stoked. Like, honestly, man, I'm stoked to be a 4-stripe white belt and go into a gym and do okay. And so I don't want, you know, I'll be blessed when I get my blue belt. But I mean, the point is I don't want to be a higher belt just because somebody gave it to me. I want to earn it. So if I go to your gym or I go roll with you,
I was
you're
gonna
like,
ask
hey,
that.
You're like, hey, John, hey, Shawn, dang, dude, you know. You roll like a blue belt, even if you didn't know if I had a white belt or whatever. So I'd rather have the recognition from people who know what's up, rather than walking around with a belt that I'm a brown.
It
or a
doesn't
black
mean
belt.
nothing.
It
Yeah.
means nothing. I'd rather it means something to somebody who knows.
Yeah.
Because you could tell right away, bro. You know what I mean?
Other than this show, we never even brought it up. We would never. Other than we go to a concert and Miguel's laying someone out, and I got drag him out of there. That's about it. I've seen the man stop concerts. Dead. Like 18 punches in, and he says, "Where were you?" I'm like, I didn't know. I didn't know we had to kill someone.
While he's punching.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned, I still try to remain humble because no matter what you know, how much you know of it, there's a baseball bat around the corner somewhere, and you could just, you know.
See, what I trip on now is I trip on like kids. You know, because when we were kids, like when I was a kid, you can kind of size people up. You could.
Yeah. No, now you can't do it,
You
dude.
can't do that anymore.
No.
You can have a little kid that's, 18
Yeah.
years old with glasses on. You might think he's
The nerdiest,
a
the
kid,
squarest dude.
But that
Yeah.
kid is just a monster and will light you up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just crazy. So it's just I walk around with a totally different perspective than I did a few.
Yeah, no,
when
now
I
I'm just
didn't
more
train.
like,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah,
leave
that's
people
right.
alone, you know
I
what I
don't
mean?
want-
And
I don't want to. I'd rather talk to you and tell me what you know instead of finding out the hard way.
Sure.
yeah, that's true. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
interesting perspective, and it shows a lot of growth because
Yeah, for sure. For
you've
sure.
been through it.
Well, I mean, especially coming from what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
When I was younger, thinking I was a tough guy.
But no, I mean, I think the whole neighborhood was that way. I wasn't picking on you.
Oh, no.
But I know, Sal and
different.
his all his buddies and my brother-in-law Jeff and all those guys. It was that time period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was where you guys were. I'm 4 or 5 years ahead of you. Went through it that many years ahead of you.
Yeah.
But it was funny to see and interesting to hear about
Yeah.
from those guys. And I know what they were doing too. And I was giving them hell about it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't innocent.
Oh, I remember actually. When you bring that up, the one thing that comes to mind is actually Pauline, man.
Yeah.
And that's because every single day she would come pick us up from school, and that she would pick all of us up, man.
Thank you for bringing that up. So my aunt has passed in this past week. So rest in peace. God may have her soul now. So thank you for bringing her up.
She was a great woman, man. Every time I think about getting picked up from school, she would come in the Suburban, man, and pick all of us up. Like
Arm out the window,
everybody
radio
in the neighborhood.
cranked.
Straight out, everybody.
1 foot up out the window.
It's Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife, but brown.
But brown.
Exactly how she looks.
But brown, yeah.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, she was awesome, man. And she would come, pick up the whole neighborhood.
18 kids
and there
in a
was,
Suburban.
and when she'd pull up at the school, dude, everybody from the neighborhood would all go catch a ride, and our freshman sophomore year would bring us all back.
That's
So
cool.
That's how my wife got pregnant. Yeah. That
Wow.
stuff happens, yeah. It was one of those.
That's cool, man. That's a cool way
It
of
was a
growing up,
busy
though,
neighborhood,
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah.
Because
That's
even
for
like
sure.
you said, nowadays, like neighbors don't even talk to each other.
No,
you
it
know?
doesn't
They're just like-
exist, and you don't see neighborhoods that had. Because there's generations of neighbors that grew up together.
Yeah.
Our parents.
Yeah,
My-
parents
my-
and
my
uncles and aunts and my
all
uncles
grew
that
up
are
together.
here. But you don't see that so much anymore. I think people stay indoors to keep their kids protected because you don't know what's going on out there. The world may not be a scarier world. We're just more aware of it.
Yeah.
The 5 o'clock news used to be when you got your information, but I get my information every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You get an update and you know what's going on.
Yeah.
You look up a pedophile now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not just guessing if
check
that.
You're not guessing them, yeah.
You're not just guessing because that guy dresses funky on the corner. Yeah, it looks funky. I'm going to look it up. And by the way, he's going to knock on your door. And tell
Dondo
you.
does act weird, but you don't know if he's actually on
That's
Megan's
right.
Law, you know?
That's right. There's absolutely nothing on me that you can prove. You can point your finger all you want. You can't prove it.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so the world has changed, and it's kind of a negative thing. You know, you want your kids to be able to run the neighborhood and get to know people, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Your neighborhood seemed like that, man. It seemed like you running around knew everybody.
No, yeah, I
go
mean,
over to the pizza
I
joint
was
with you, and you know all the white people.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I was fortunate that I feel that I was the last generation that kind of
Got a little bit of that.
Yeah, because everybody after me was like, you know, I'm like, oh, who's that? I don't know who the hell that is. He lives right across the street. I don't talk to him. You know, I stay indoors, whatever. You know, I'm like,
But the homies
wow.
that beat you up with the bat, they're from your neighborhood.
yeah, something like that. No, actually, well, they were friends. Well, they were, all of our friends from my neighborhood, and they were just, you know, not very friendly with us. So,
Got it.
you know what I mean? That's just the way it goes. It's just the way it was. Sometimes it's the way it is, you know?
I think I was lucky that we always outnumbered people, so nobody took a bat to me. But, you know, I'm sure with my mouth,
Dude,
with my mouth, it was coming.
Yeah, they had. You drive by the house, man. I mean, my grandma lived 2 doors down.
Yeah.
So there was always
25 people.
Yeah.
Go eat over at the
You just walk through, yeah.
Yeah.
Walk through the garage, come in through, and you're grubbing, dude.
Well, like you know, like we all had said, you know, sometimes you learn the hard way, and I don't get caught slipping anymore. So.
Oh no, were you slipping?
Yeah.
Were you honestly slipping when you got jumped?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
You're just
fuck,
oblivious to the world.
Not oblivious, but it's just, you know, 3 a.m. and you're fucking 17, 16, you know, and you're just kind of like, oh, it's my neighborhood. I'm gonna walk, you know, comfortably with my, you know, my nuts hanging, whatever. And next thing you know, it goes a truck full of dudes that you don't get along with. And you're like, oh shit, you know. That's it. You just get caught slipping,
when
man.
you're talking about like 91 when the riots hit and all that stuff, my grandfather and these guys here, they're in the audience here, my uncles. I actually was working in Watts. I was working in Southgate. I was working in Inglewood. I was right in the middle of Crenshaw.
Yeah.
And Sal and you were in high school. So Sal wasn't at school the day of the riots. I don't know if you remember that exact day, but
I remember the exact
my
day.
grandfather sends him with me. Hey, take your cousin with you and bring a baseball bat.
Bring a baseball bat,
I'm not kidding you. So Sal had a baseball bat with
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
We get held up in a Pioneer Chicken off Crenshaw, and I got paid that day. And being a dumb kid, you know, I'm 19. He's 14 or something, you know. I got $600 in one pocket and a 20 in the other. And the guy puts a gun right to my head, and Sal picks up the bat. I'm like, don't fucking swing it. I got my brain blowing. I reach in deep. I go, here, homie. That's all I got.
That's
And
smart.
he looked at me. He's like, yeah, that's probably all I got.
That's smart, dude. You put the rest in your sock, dude.
The bat away with the gun. And then we called Grandpa. I said, Grandpa, can we come home? We don't work no more. The riots are going on. No.
Yeah, we won't work no more. No.
Don't you have your cousin with you? Exactly. He's all, you're not coming home. Do not come home. Stay out there.
Yeah.
Bring home a TV.
Yeah. Fuck. You know.
Yes.
But yeah, no, you just
Yeah.
you know, sometimes
Still
you get caught
kick it.
snoozing, but
Hey,
you know.
what? To my grandpa, hats off to you, Butch. Went to the King of the Cage fights with me and Miguel.
Yeah.
He sat with me and Miguel, and our partner at the time is the commentator announcer for King of the Cage. So he's up in the offices, and we're driving up to Ontario Citizens Bank Arena.
Yeah.
And my grandfather and we share the same name. So he drives up because he's coming from Hesperia. We're coming from down here. And I paid the $20 or whatever it is to park. And I'm thinking I'm going to go pay for my grandfather's park. I'm like, hey, man, here's a 20. I spotted him real quick. He said, oh, no, I didn't pay for parking. I just said I was Johnny Arredondo. And they called it. Johnny Arredondo's here. He doesn't want to pay. He's like, yeah, let him in. And it was up there. I'm like, I got to pay. This guy's got the same name and he weasels his way in. Yeah. What a weasel.
Wait till the FBI comes looking for you and they snag him though.
That has happened. Yeah. We were just talking about this. Yes, they went knocking and found him. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
One day they knocked on my dad's door and they thought he was me. I'm not that Johnny Arredondo. I'm quick. I'm over the back fence quick.
That's right. You're
I
out
don't
there,
mess
dude.
around. I don't want to discuss anything. Good luck finding me.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right, dude.
You know it.
Yeah.
But Our Life CBD.
Yes.
Where can we find these products? Can you tell people where they can look it up and if they need your services?
Yeah, so if you need any of the services, you're looking for information on it, what you can do is go to ourlifecbd.com. Right now we're not doing. You can't buy it online. We have everything. We have the checkout. We'll probably be up next week where you can actually purchase online. Right now we're at Checkmate Magno Almeida right here in Westminster.
That's right.
We sell it right out of there, so you can walk in there anytime as long as the gym's open. Go up to Magno, ask them about it, talk to them, or you can hit me up on Instagram. Facebook, DM me, ask me any questions.
So what's your Instagram and your Facebook?
Facebook is Our Life at Our Life CBD. Then if you
It's okay. There it is on the board there. So you're not
There we
looking at
go.
us.
Now
There's
we're
the
talking.
Massage oils right there.
Thank you, producer JP.
Yes, thank you.
And look at
we
that.
also have our
Ooh, the
right
ointments.
there. As you can see, 1,500 milligrams, one of the strongest CBD ointments.
Are those
on the market.
topicals? Those are the
That's
things that you rub,
topicals,
okay?
yeah.
Now these, for example, if like let's just say I had some joint pains in the elbow or something, I just take a little and just rub it all on there, get it in there good.
So we have two different types. We have a menthol and then a regular or a natural, we call it. The natural has kind of a citrus, a little faint citrus smell. Now, what we suggest, if for pain, you always want to use the menthol. Now, if you are opposed to menthol, have an issue with menthol, you can go ahead and use the natural. It's good. They're both going to give you the CBD
same-
effect,
yeah.
the exact same amount of CBD. Just the menthol has the menthol and a few other essential oils. It'll kind of give you a warmer feeling, kind of like the Bengay.
Cool.
Okay. Oh,
I
you
like
guys
it.
got some roll-ons
And we
too.
have some roll-ons too. The roll-ons
That
are
says
really cool.
375 milligrams of cannabinoid.
Yep, in each one of the roll-ons.
Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, cannabinoid. Give it to me. What's
So
the
we have-
cannabinoids?
So we have a menthol once again, a roll-on. What that is, just MCT oil.
Yeah.
A few essential oils.
I dig the MCT, man, because I'm looser because of MCT. I take it every day.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about the MCT too is, since it is an oil, it goes right into your skin.
Yeah.
So what's cool?
Oh, I ingest it.
Yeah.
We're not waiting for it to sink in. I drink it.
So the cool thing about these two, all these have a stainless steel roller on it, and I like
Yeah.
that a lot because it's smaller roller ball.
Okay.
And me playing half guard, you know how you get like on my calf, I'll get like little parts of my calf that are like that I want to just
like beat it out of there,
beat
kind
it
of a
out
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
and get it out of there so that stainless steel ball helps with that. You can put pressure and kind of get all those little knots out of there.
Nice. Okay.
It's really good.
Very cool.
So,
What
we're
else we
coming out-
got?
We'll be coming out with
Look at
lavender
that.
version.
Extra
Wow, there it
virgin
is.
organic coconut oil.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Where we went ahead and infused coconut oil. We were thinking about it, and we thought that people use coconut oil not only topically for lotion, but
Sure.
people cook with it. So
Throw it in their hair,
throw it in
everything.
their
Yeah.
hair,
It's pomade.
you know,
Oh.
whatever you want to use it for. We figure that however they normally use it, let them use it. But now it's infused with CBD, 500 milligrams in an 8-ounce jar, so it can help regulate their endocannabinoid system.
Absolutely. So 500 milligrams is quite a big step up. We were looking at 50, went to 275. We're up to 500 with the coconut oil.
Yeah, well, actually, the ointments that we saw earlier, the biggest one, the 2-ounce jar, is 1,500 milligrams.
That's the one I need. I need
Yeah.
is the maximum. But look
And
at this
so
tincture.
tincture is-
I never
so-
even heard of tincture. So tell me about
So
this specifically.
Tinctures you're going to take subdermally. It's really good for like what I consider the entourage effect. So if you're going to have topical, let's say your elbow hurts, you have topical pain. All of us have inflammation in our body.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if not everybody has anxiety, but the bottom line, the inflammation. So there's a graduated dropper on there. You start out with about 0.5 on the dropper. You put that subdermally under your tongue. Hold that for about 15 seconds. It goes directly into
Okay.
your system.
I was just about to ask again. I know I asked earlier as far as how I guess you would take it. So I was going to say, will you drop this in some coffee or,
So you could drop it in coffee, but the problem with that,
It'll
once
dissipate.
again, the stuff's gold.
Yeah.
Like the CBD is gold, and so I wouldn't want to put it in the coffee to let some residue get away. I'd rather take it
okay.
and put it directly.
So just direct. Okay.
directly under my tongue because that's where it's gonna absorb in my body and go into my body right away.
Gotcha.
Now, if
Okay,
you
cool.
wanted If you wanted to throw a little coconut, what I would do is if you wanted to use it in your coffee, I'd throw a little coconut oil with the CBD in it and throw that in your coffee.
Not a bad idea.
That's
better than
a-
creamer for
that's
you.
a really
Yeah.
That's a really good thing. The fats are good in that too.
Yeah.
So it's much better.
Well,
than
for you, Miguel,
Yeah.
because you're a young guy, you're basically now entering your 30s. To keep your joints lubricated and active and
Oh, yeah.
not tightening
No, for
up
sure.
now would be key because you train as an older guy like me, and I'm pushing towards 50, and it's a struggle to get back to what I was at 30.
Yeah,
It's a
for sure.
struggle. I can get there. I got to pound a whole coffee, a whole bunch of MCT,
Yeah.
maybe a 40 ounce in the parking lot, and then I feel like Superman again.
Well, so hopefully,
You know what I
we can
mean?
get you on some CBD and you can cut out the 40.
He's not gonna come in rolling like he slept on Beach Boulevard last night, dude.
Miguel's famous line was, "You smell like my dad."
I'm like, what? Did
I
my
see
pops
Dad
walk in
rolling in
here,
here.
dude? So did my pops walk in here? What's that smell, dude?
But a little shout out to MPF Training Systems. Joe, he's just across the way here at Next Level. They're training people, athletes. They have Czech Congo, Bellator fighter. They've got a bunch of different athletes. It's not just MMA. They have football, soccer, basketball, volleyball. Everybody here at Next Level, they see Joe. So if you're looking for training of any sort and looking to step your game up, come check them out.
Also, a huge shout out for those of you that don't know. We are missing a co-host. Our lovely co-host
we gotta
Maria
find another
Rios.
co-host.
Yes,
She's in right now.
she's en route to Kansas City, where she has relocated for
Yeah.
better opportunities.
That's right.
We can't stop her.
Well, she was training at the Warrior Academy
Yeah.
about 2 weeks ago. I guess things worked out, so she will be permanently planted at the Warrior
That's
Academy.
right. So everything's cool, you
That's
know.
right.
But
Maybe we'll crash the Warrior Academy. Maybe we won't, but she'll be on camera very soon.
yeah,
We'll
so
get it on one way or the
just
other.
another huge shout out. We already miss you.
Peace
so
and farewell.
That's right.
It's the best we could do. And Sean's saying it too, but it's all good. Sean's my homie. But again, Shawn Lerma, Our Life CBD, Compassionate Care?
Operation Compassionate Care. No
That's it. I knew I had it. Operation Compassionate Care is the nonprofit.
Yep.
These products can be found again at Checkmat, which is located on Garden Grove Boulevard in the Rinks parking lot in Westminster, California, right off the 22 freeway, just down the street from Next Level Sports Complex.
And then also at Evolve Checkmat in Mission Viejo off of Crown Valley Parkway.
And hit us up at Jim.Crashers. Producer Jessica can get a hold of Sean. She can get it for you one
That's
way or
right.
the other. If you're at Next Level, come upstairs. We're in Suite 101. We'll get the product for you. We'll make sure Sean's here and available for
Knock
you.
3 times and slide a 20 into the door.
Because we want to put a table up downstairs.
Nice.
We got tournaments coming. We got fights coming. Gym Crashers will be at LFA.
Yep.
Most of us, if not all of us. If you want an interview, hit us up because we're definitely going to be there with our fighters. A shout out to our fighters. We
Yep.
got who's going to be there? Blake. Bulletproof
Blake. Yeah.
What else? Ghost Pepper.
Yeah.
Ghost
okay.
Pepper's going to be fighting.
Nice.
Well, we got a bunch of guys going to be there for all our homies that we've trained with that
That's
are going to
right.
be fighting this weekend.
Yep. Shout out to everybody.
Again, share the link, subscribe to us, like us. Wednesday nights at 8. We're on a little bit early today. So thank you again, Sean. Pleasure to see you once again, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Great to have you.
Awesome. Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
So check us out. We're Gym Crashers. We're going to come to a Dojo Gym Academy, train with you very soon. Hit up JP, our producer, message her, and we'll be out.
Yep.
And good luck to the fights this weekend. Peace.
Cool, man.